That's some pretty good stuff. What's going on, guys? It's Tori with H&T Vaping. Hawk's not here today, so he just got me. Today we will be talking about the Arctic by Horizon. Get another puff on that. Not bad. Not bad at all. So why don't we take a step down, get an up-close, intimate look at it, and come back up here, give you my thoughts and opinions on it. I will see you all in a second. And here we have the Arctic by Horizon. This is a pretty impressive piece of equipment. Here it is in the case. They make sure to tell you that it's organic cotton. Take this out real quick, set it to the side. Nice sturdy foam case here. This is the Arctic tank by itself. Comes with a spare coil right here. Removable drip tip, and as you can tell, that's a pretty wide bore on the drip tip right there. And right here is your airflow control. Cyclops style, it's got 4. Now this thing has some pretty serious airflow. Even when you choke it all the way down, you're still going to get some decent airflow. Take it apart. Coil screws in right here. The other coil is sitting on the side. It's kind of dirty, so I didn't want to show you that one. The one I've been using. Pretty self-explanatory. Just screw it in like all the other bottom coils. Screw it in finger tight. You're good. Set that to the side right there. And then this is a clamshell type. Excuse me, clamp. Comes off right there. You got an O-ring here, and usually the O-ring sticks down here, but as you can see, it's stuck to the glass. That's fine. This is Pyrex glass, so it will break. So just keep that in mind when you're using those. And it screws back together. Now, one thing, well, let me take that back apart. One thing I want to show you. There is an O-ring right here, so make sure you don't cut it when you take it apart and clean it. I don't know if you can see it. There you go. Now you can see it. Put it together nice and snug. Put it back in. With the drip tip. And that is your Arctic tank right there by Horizon. This is it's a pretty impressive cloud tester tank, so that's what it is. We'll talk about it here, give you my thoughts and opinions on it here in just a second. Okay, so that was an up close and intimate look at the Arctic. It's fairly simple, nothing too extravagant about it, straightforward, which is one thing I like about it. It's fairly simple. It's just almost basically plug and play. I like that. Now, thoughts on it in general, it's pretty good. I like it. A couple things that I think could be a little bit better. I think down here in the chimney, I think it could be reduced just a little bit more, give you a little bit more throat hit. I personally like a little bit more throat hit. The flavor's not bad. It's pretty good. It's not the best. It's not the worst. It has pretty decent flavor. One thing I will say about it, this is a 6 mil tank, I believe. It's either 5 or 6, one of the two. This thing goes through some juice. Of course, you saw that in up and close personal with those huge wicking slots. It sucks up some juice. That is a downside, but at the same time, that's what happens when you start chasing clouds. You're going to go through a lot of juice. To make the clouds, you got to use juice. So, that's to be expected. So keep that in mind. Another thing, the knurling right here, I wish there was just a little bit more knurling right above the airflow control ring to give you a bit better grip, better purchase on it. The airflow control ring operates nice and smooth. It has just enough friction to not get knocked out of place, but has just not enough friction to make it easy to adjust to how you want, if that makes sense. On the 0.2 coil, which is what I'm using, 0.2 ohm coil. Power range is anywhere from 30 to 80. For me personally, the 50 watts seems about the happy spot for me. Anything over that, it starts getting a little too warm for my enjoyment. Anything lower than that, the flavor production kind of starts to slope off a little bit. But here's 50 watts. It's not bad at all. I'm going to kick it up to 70 real quick. 70 is about the most I can, about the hottest that I enjoy, if you will. Even then, it's a little too warm for me. Well, as you can see, the more power you put to it, the denser the vapor is. And this thing does put out some pretty dense vapor. The flavor's there. Of course, when it starts getting too warm, I start losing some of the flavor, and I just pick up the temperature and the vapor. So I'm going to kick it back down to 50. Once again, it will go up to 100. I have taken it up to 100, which was just way too hot for me. But every power setting I put it on, I've yet to have a dry hit. Oh, one other thing. This right here, this is the drip tip that it comes with. Metal drip tip. This does get warm, and the heat transfers right to the drip tip. So for me, I don't care for that. So for me, I got my acrylic drip tip, put it on here, and I'm good to go. Solves the issue. Other than that, that's really the only negatives I have on it. The drip tip gets hot because it's producing a lot of heat down here. And then if they could change the knurling down here where you get a better grip on it and choke down the chimney just a little bit, give you maybe a little bit more throat hit, it'd be darn near perfect for me. Is it an RDA killer? No, I don't think so. I don't think it's an RDA killer. But as far as sub-ohm tanks go, or the sub-tanks, it's a definite contender for a top. I'll give you that much. Horizon did right by this one. You can stick that in your tank and bake it. Not bad, not bad at all. All right, well that concludes the review of the Arctic by Horizon. If that's all you're here for, then that's it. Now we're going on to a little bit of vaping news. Indiana has been getting slammed, slam, and it's not good. For those of you that haven't been keeping up with the news, you got a bill that looks like it's probably going to pass and be signed into law. It's not a good one. It's not. Yes, we all agree. Limit sales to those on nicotine, 18 and older, child-resistant caps, safety seals, etc. We agree on that. However, it's just, if you live in Indiana, I'm sorry, you guys are getting slammed. Well, what they're wanting to do, the nuts and the bolts of the bill, is they want to make requirements that are for any juice that is sold in Indiana to meet certain requirements. Doesn't have to be made in Indiana, just has to be sold in Indiana. Has to be in a clean room. I understand that, not a problem. Has to be made under 24-hour surveillance. The people actually making the juice, they have to be under 24-hour video surveillance. That's ridiculous. Let's see. And they want child-proof packaging. I hate to say it, there's no such thing as child-proof. It's child-resistant. And child-proof, come on. So for those of you that in Indiana that like your juice that's made in California or Florida, down here in Texas, or anywhere, and it doesn't meet those requirements, guys, your options just got severely limited. I don't think that's cool at all. Speak up, speak out. Let them know you vape. Let them know you vote. Talk to your local reps. Go to CASA. Go to Free to Vape. There's a ton of them out there. I know CASA has been hitting it pretty hard. We're down here in Texas. We're looking at some pretty dumb stuff. Or let me retract that. We're looking at some potential bills that are lacking good judgment. Yeah, lacking good judgment. But other than that, as long as you're on these, you're not on tobacco, you're still winning. That's the way I look at it. I just hope we don't have to go back to those gas station e-cigs. I won't be happy about that. It's good stuff. That's really good stuff. Man, I like that juice. That's all I got for you today. Short, sweet, simple, to the point. Next week, I'll see if I can get Hawk over here and we can get some more done. I think next week we're going to hit the Mutation V3, the Authentic. Been vaping on that for the past week. It's pretty good so far. I like it. But until then, guys, we'll catch you later. Remember, if you vape, you vote. Let them know. Till next time.